So I did do more of a rosy eye with more of a neutral lip. If you do want to know what products I used, how I achieved this look, then go ahead and keep on watching. So again, today I'm going to start off with Bioderma Sensibio H2O. As I mentioned before, I always do this because I don't like any residue left on my skin. So I just put a little bit on a cotton pad to take it off. Bear with me today because I need an eyelash fill so bad. My appointment is this coming Friday, so I will get them filled. They are looking treacherous, so bear with me. Again, if you don't have eyelash extensions, you can always put falsies or mascara. So simple. So today I'm going to go in with my normal eyeshadow base that I always use. Is the MAC Painterly Paint Pot. So this is like a pinky tone. And I put it on with my ring finger just because you can kind of see there I have super veiny eyelids, so when I'm trying to do like an eye look and my veins counteract any of the eyeshadow, so I always make sure I put a base that will cancel out those colors. See the difference? So as I mentioned before, I always go in and I set my eyes where I put that primer just so that there's no tackiness and that the products blend a lot better. I go in with just like this nude shade here that's in the Kat Von D eye palette. I'll link all the products that I use down below so that you guys can see them, order them, whatever it may be. But I'll link them all down below for you. So I'm just going to put that all over my eyelid. I am just using an Urban Decay brush. I don't know where this brush is from. It may have came like in a palette or something, but it just works for packing on product all over the eyelids. So with this eyeshadow palette, I did get it for Christmas. I do love it, but it is very, very, not chalky, but you can kind of see there's like fallout and all of that. When I just tap my brush in it, kind of goes everywhere. So definitely something to consider if you're looking into purchasing this palette. It's beautiful, but it does fall out a little bit. So this is the Eye Contour Palette by Kat Von D. I'm not sure if you guys... So as mentioned in the introduction, I'm going to do a rosy toned eye look. So I'm going to go in with a transition shade. I am going to use something that's a little bit more on the orangey side, a little bit more on that burgundy side, because I do want to smoke it out with a little bit of that rose gold in the inner corner. So I'm going to go in here with this shade here. Again, this is the same palette, the Kat Von D. I'm using the Sigma blending brush in E25. So soft. It's similar to a MAC 217, but it's a lot softer. So I do have sensitive skin, so that brush like beats up my eyes. Going in with the same color and just going in the other side. So as I always do, I always go in and I do my eyes first because I don't want any fallout onto my skin, onto my foundation, that kind of thing. So once I do my eyes, then it will all look put together after I go in with my foundation, my blush, bronzer, the rest of my face. So next I'm going to go in with a little bit deeper of a brown. I'm going to tap into both of these two. So I'm going to put that again in the transition. This is the Hourglass blending brush that I'm using. It's number 4. It is really nice. I'm not sure if it's worth the price. I believe it's like $40. So there is a few others that I would prefer over this one because it's so dense. But like I said, I did just purchase it, so I may just need to use it a little bit more. So I'm just putting the dark on the outskirts of the eye because, again, like I said, I'm going to go in with the rose gold colors in the inner corner. So I want to just deepen it up by doing the outskirts. So tapping into those colors once again, tapping off the excess. And doing it halfway across my eyelid. So I don't want to do it all the way through, just halfway. because I have really big eyelids, I do take it up a little bit further. So it all just depends on your eyelids, but I do have really big ones, so. So going with the Smashbox blending brush, I'm just going to blend that through to make sure there's no harsh lines. I'm going to use the same colors on the other side with the Hourglass brush as well. Okay, so I'm going to go in with a little bit deeper of a brown just on the outskirts because I just want to make it a little bit deeper before I go in with those rose gold colors. So I'm going to tap this chocolate brown right here. I will, like I said, I will link these all down below. So just on the outskirts and a little bit onto the lid. So I'm going to blend that out. I'm just packing it onto the other side first. Going back in with the Smashbox blending brush and blending out that deep brown. So that's as deep as I'm going to go. And then I'm going to pack on the rose gold. Okay, so that's fully blended out. As you can kind of tell, it's on the outer edges. So you have a little bit of those browns in there, a little bit of that orange color as a transition, and then I'm going to go in with the rose gold. So I did recently purchase this, just yesterday actually, from a local store here in Edmonton. It's called Luxe Beauty Boutique. So it's beautiful. It's all hard to get products that are hard to find in Canada. So this is the Kevyn Aucoin Loose Shimmering Shadow. So I did get this one in rose quartz. There was another one, I think it's like champagne, and then taupe one, I believe, that were really nice. So I'm going to start off with this one because I have never tried them before. I did pay $29 for this, but it's so worth it. So it is a small little tube, but it's so good. So it is a roll-on. I will not be rolling this on my eyes. I'll show you kind of what I'm going to do. So I'm going to tap it onto my hand. I'm just going to go like this, and all the product comes out. You can kind of see it there. It's all in a little pile. So that's what I'm going to use. And then I'm going to go in with just a normal flat brush. I'm going to spray it with some MAC Fix Plus just to make it so that that sparkly shade stays on a lot better than if I didn't use a fixative. So I'm going to put that in the inner corners. It's beautiful. It really emphasizes that color when you add that Fix Plus. So if you don't want a bold, like shimmery metallic look, then don't use the Fix Plus. But because I want mine quite bold and to stand out, I did use the Fix Plus. So I am just doing it on the first half of my eye. So you can kind of see there. I just did it the first half. So the browns are on the outskirts, and then this is on the first half. So I'm going to add a little bit more to the back of my hand, and it just comes out. Once you tap that little ball on top, all the product does come out. I'm going to spray it again with some Fix Plus, and I'm going to do the other eye. This is beautiful. I may have to go back for the other colors. This is so pretty. And it stays so well. Like, the fact that the MAC Fix Plus has touched my hand where this product is, it is not moving. Like, it won't move. You can kind of see the shimmering color there. It's so beautiful. I'm going to put a little bit more because I'm going to pack it on. So after I'm finished doing this, I will go back in with my blending brush and I'll blend those two colors together. I don't want a harsh line between the metallic shade and the brown, so I just want to make sure that it blends well. After I am finished my face, I will go back in and I'll smoke out my bottom lash line. But for right now, I'm just going to leave it as is. Do a little highlighting on my brows, that kind of thing. Finish my face and then I'll go back in and I'll finish the rest of the eye. So I'm going to go in with the Smashbox crease blending brush. My favorite brush. It's super nice. So you can see how fluffy it is. So even compared to like a MAC 217, like look how big and fluffy it is. So beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to go back in. Sorry, so off topic. And blend those shades together. Look at how pretty that is. I love that. So take that crease blending brush and go all the way across, just like a windshield wiper. Okay, so now we're going to go in and we're going to do my face. So you can kind of see here, look, it's not moving. It's so beautiful. Like when I smudge it, it just stays. When I was at the store as well, there was one, like I said, called Champagne. She did say that you can use that as a face highlighter, or you can mix it in with your liquid foundation. So if you're looking for a really nice face highlighter that's going to stay all day, go and try this one. So again, Kevyn Aucoin. This one was Rose Quartz, but there's one also called Champagne. So I'm going to go in with the Hourglass Veil Primer. So I did get this in, I don't know what it was, maybe a Sephora favorite, something like that. It has a weird texture. I'm unsure if I love it yet because it's not silicone based, but it kind of feels like baby powder. Like when you have baby powder on your face or something. Not that it ever happens, but it's so soft. It is super expensive too, so I thought I might as well use it up before it expires or something. I do focus my primer on my T-zone just because, like I've said before, I have huge pores. So I want to make sure those are filled in so my foundation just slides right on. This is so soft too. It feels like a baby's bone. So soft. Again, that's the Hourglass Veil Primer. So the foundation that I'm going to use today is the Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I have had this for a little while, but as you can tell, I did like one layer of self tanner, so I'm a little bit more tan than what I normally am. This is number 2. I did get it at Holt Renfrew. I probably would have went a 1 for my everyday color, but I believe I went in the summer. So in the summer, apparently I'm a number 2. I moved up a little bit. Okay, so I'm done with my foundation there. I'm gonna go in with my concealer. This does seem to be a good combination, the Hourglass Veil Primer as well as the Armani foundation. So I'm gonna go in with the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. So this one is amazing. I am in the color Light Warm. I also could match a few other of the shades because this one's a little bit more of a yellow base, but it does help cancel out any darkness with it being a little bit more yellow. I'm going in with the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. I'm going to set my under eyes with... I'm going to go in with the Sigma brush. This one is the Sigma Tapered Highlight F35. Next, I'm going to go in with the Laura Mercier Translucent Powder. I'm going to set the rest of my face with something like this. So as usual, I'm going to go in with my Cover FX powder brush. I use this every single time I set my foundation just because it gives a really good coverage and picks up quite a bit of product as well. So Shade and Light contour palette, I'm going to go in with that. I'm just going to use the lightest shade on the very corner here. It's the Ashtiest shade in the palette. I'm using the Sonia Kashuk contour brush, number 17. Do a little bit. So from the earlobe down. Don't want a huge contour of that shadow. A little bit on the top of my forehead and bring that down. I'm going to go in with the Hourglass. This is the Ambient Light bronzer in light. I'm just going to use just a normal powder brush here. Add some color to my face. I always bring it down where the sun can't see, so right under my chin. Make sure that's blended out. Put a little bit on my forehead as well. So I'm going in with the What's Up, and I'm putting this just on the tops of my cheekbones and above my eyebrow bone. Because it is a cream highlight, I always want to set it with a powder. So I place it, and then I blend it out with my fingers. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my normal highlighter that I always use, the Laura Mercier Highlight 01, and I'm going to set that. So I'm just using a normal highlighting brush here. I think this one's Quo. And packing that on. And a little bit on my nose. My upper lip. So once that highlight is on, I'm going to go in with my blush. So you can kind of see there, like that highlight. So I'm going to go in with the Real Techniques. This is the blush brush. So the blush I'm going to use today, it's called Flush. It is by Smashbox. This one is beautiful. I don't know if they still carry it, so I'm using the last of mine. And I'm just going to go in with that. Just a neutral pink color. And put it on the opposite of my cheeks. Blush is the first thing to wear off on your skin because you're always on your phone, you're talking, whatever it may be. So I always add a little bit extra and then it comes off during the day. Go in with a brush here just to blend out all the colors. I'm just going to use a nice big powder brush. So next I'm going to go in with a new lip liner. So I did just purchase this one. It's by Rouge Buddy Rouge. It's called Richard, I believe. No, Ronald. It's called Ronald. Can't get it out of the packaging. But it's beautiful. So I'm just going to line my full lips with this today, and I'm not going to put on any lipstick. Okay, so I put the lip liner all over my lips. It's just a really mauve-y pink tone. I really, really like it, especially with more of like a rosy eye. It looks beautiful. So now I'm just going to finish up with my bottom lash line. I'm just going to blend that all out and add a little bit of mascara here. So first off, I'm going to go in with that peachy tone. That was my transition color, and I'm going to put that in there as well. So with those two lighter brown shades, I'm going to tap onto those and I'm going to blend that out on my bottom lash line as well. Okay, so I don't want to make my bottom lash line too dark, but I do want to add a little bit of that depth in there so that it blends out with my top very well. So again, I added just those 2 light browns and that orangey peach transition color. And then I'm going to go in with that Kevyn Aucoin shadow stick again. And I'm going to just put a little bit more on the back of my hand because I want to do what I did to the top to the bottom as well. So I spray that with the Fix Plus. And then I'm going to put that in the inner side of the eye, the inner half. Doing the same thing on the other side. Okay, so I'm not going to do too much more to the bottom lash line. I'm going to add a little bit of mascara to the top. This one is the They're Real by Benefit mascara. I'm just going to add a little bit to the top just because, like I said, I need a fill so bad. Just it adds a little bit more volume. Okay, so I just added a little bit. Now to finish off with just doing my eyebrows, and then we'll be finished the whole look. So I'm going in with the Brow Wiz. So this is the Anastasia Brow Wiz. I am in the color Taupe. I do need another one coming soon. Going in with the Essence eyebrow gel, I'm just going to set those eyebrows. So last step, I'm going to go in with the Bobbi Brown. This is Champagne Quartz. This is just an eyeshadow, just one of their single ones, and I'm just going to highlight my brow bone. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you run out and you get this eyeshadow. I love it. I'll be definitely going back for the other colors. Thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you soon.